Hi, pre-recording everything, Lily here. I got sick again. Wow, shocker. It's like my body wants to self-destruct every 5 seconds, and I cannot dodge that. My voice, it's a bit hard to talk right now, but I want to get this out as soon as I can. If there's any change in my quality, it's because I ordered a new one, so hopefully that's noticeable in the video. If it's not, I guess I at least have something separate now, because I'm using my webcam for a mic. So having to use that as a mic as well, it kinda adds an echo to my voice. I'm trying my best. Anyway, intro time. I hate Nintendo. Okay, well, hate is a strong word. I do not like what Nintendo is at the moment as a company. I should say right off the bat, I'm more of a Sonic/Sega fan rather than Nintendo, but Nintendo did have a role in my childhood too. Specifically, Pokemon. Hell, playing Pokemon Go was also really huge for me, and I still play time to time. Not as much as I used to, but I still do play it. Anyway, the Switch 2. It was like a disaster waiting to happen. The console is already outdated with PS4 levels of hardware. I'm not saying it's bad hardware, but you are paying 450 USD for last gen hardware basically.
What the hell is this?
The Switch also was outdated when it launched, but at least the price was reasonable, if I remember correctly. Switch 2, however, is the same price as a PS5 with a disc drive. On Sony's side, at least. Oh, and we'll talk later about the games.
Okay, first off, I'm switching to this because I don't really like my tracking. It's ass. I need to fix it somehow and I don't know! Now, you might say something like, oh, but we want the Nintendo experience! It's play multiplayer! Not like you already have to pay for multiplayer on like every other console. Not like you can emulate all the Nintendo games. But to see that some people will just suck up to Nintendo like this is just sad. It's not healthy for gaming as a whole, and I know that other companies will most likely follow Nintendo's tactics if it turns to a profit. Who am I kidding? Xbox already raised the fucking prices. Yeah, the screen supports 120 FPS now, but it's only compatible with certain games as they state. What's it worth if not all games support it? It's the same with HD and 4K resolution. Which is sad considering how many games come with it by default. The new dock also looks meh, to be honest. I don't like how you can still see some of the screen. The only good thing I say about it is that the new screen is nice. Same with the buttons, and the Joy-Cons now connecting magnetically. I've seen plenty of horror stories where a poor guy jumped the Joy-Con in the wrong way. Oh, and what?
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse.
What do you mean it has mouse control? Who is gonna use that? What? Anyway, that feels like an added on gimmick that will most certainly be used like in one minigame or tech demo and never again. If I'm proven wrong, I will accept it, but for now, yeah, no, that's pointless. Oh, and of course it's only available in certain games, but this one is more understandable. It also has 3D audio, but again, only in certain games. Not so exciting. The stand is neat though, I guess. I hear the first Switch was meant to have it too, but well, it doesn't, so it's something. Also, I hate that USB-C camera. That quality looks like you made a YouTube video in the early 2010s. Not to mention, the cooler camera only records at 480p. That's just disappointing. And I will be surprised if it works on anything other than the Switch 2, but I highly doubt it. Not to mention, you again, on top of all of this, you need a subscription to access the online features and all that bullshit, which makes this useless, especially if you are in one of those unsupported countries. Same with the C button on the Joy-Cons. I am dead honest when I say this. Nintendo feels like the Electronic Arts of Japan at this point. Having to pay to play an enhanced version of a game you already own sounds criminal, especially because it's backwards compatible. It's like how EA want to put ads in games when you are in the pause menu. If you want to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom enhanced, you better cough up 20 more bucks. So a $450 console where you have to pay 20 bucks for a year of online play and 20 more for enhanced games. Do you see what I'm getting at with this? It seems like it's all to milk the user. Not to mention, the welcome for the Switch 2 is paid. You have to pay for it. 10 more bucks. Cuff it up, buddy. Okay, remember when I said earlier that we'll talk later about the games? Yeah, now's the time. This is awful. 80 bucks for a game? What happened to 60 bucks for games? Every game is getting more and more expensive. It's not a good direction, honestly. And making physical copies cost 90 bucks is also awful. Especially because for some, you won't even actually own the game.
Not to mention you don't even own the console now, apparently.
You only get a digital key. You are essentially renting a game until they decide to shut the servers down. It's awful practice, and I wish physical media was more prominent. I am of the opinion that if we don't even actually own the games in the first place, piracy is not stealing.
What the hell? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Which brings me to Elden Ring. It will be a digital key game. The base game, at least according to my Steam library, is 51 gigabytes. The Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge can fit up to 64. So why is it a digital key? Because they have Shadow of the Earth Tree bundled with it too. With whatever extra stuff for a special edition of the game. Now, I know what I said earlier, but I personally think they could have given base Elden Ring and a code for the DLC or upgrade, but that's just me. Also, From Software is apparently making an exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2. I doubt that it will perform horribly after all. They have made PS4 games before, but Elden Ring on a PS4 from what I was able to search has performance issues. And the Switch 2 is basically PS4 in the form factor of a PSP or PS Vita. Not to mention, the last time From Software made exclusives are Bloodborne and Demon's Souls Remake. Look where they are, still stuck on the PS4 and 5 respectively. Which makes me worry that the Duskbloods will be stuck on the Switch 2 indefinitely. But that isn't all. I also realized that a certain game will be on the Switch 2 also.
Wake the fuck up, mommy. I pissed the bed.
Cyberpunk 2077. I love this game. It is one of my favorites. But remember Cyberpunk on launch day? Remember how buggy it was? Remember how it had to be pulled off the PlayStation Store for the PS4 because you could not run it at all? Yeah, considering the Switch 2 is similar to a PS4, I fear we might get a repeat of that with Cyberpunk. Of course, if I'm proven wrong, I'll be happy, but as it is now, it doesn't look like it will go well. Cyberpunk is one of those games that's very demanding hardware-wise. I want to try to be positive. I really do. I don't like constant negativity, but this is just not good. The Switch 2 feels like a hollow product, someone made only because they know their most loyal fans will eat all up every single time and make them the big bucks. It's not worth it. Paying modern prices for last-gen hardware, you can get a PS4 for way cheaper. I already saw 2 eBay listings having them at around the 120 and 150 USD price range. The 450 price tag is too much. It's overpriced. And I don't think it would have been cheaper without all the problems going on in the war right now. It feels like what should have been a 250 or, if I'm generous, 300 USD console at least for being brand new. Meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can buy a PS5 non-pro version with disc and a copy of Astro Bot for the same price. Long story short, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Thank you kindly for watching until the end, and goodbye.